Every result in your life, everything you have, everything you don't have, every success and every failure begins in one place, your brain. Your mind is the control center. It's not just where thoughts are formed, it's where beliefs are born, where patterns are set, and where your destiny is either activated or delayed. The truth is, your brain has been wired by your past, wired by repetition, wired by fear, by comfort, by what others told you was possible for you. But what if I told you that wiring is not permanent, that it's not who you are, it's simply how you've been programmed. And more importantly, you can rewire it. You were not born to be average. You were not born to repeat old patterns. You were born with the ability to change, to evolve, to grow into something greater than anything your past has prepared you for. And if you want to rise, if you want to lead, if you want to take massive, consistent, unstoppable action in your life, then you must take control of your mind, not someday, not later, now. Because rewiring your brain doesn't start with positive thinking. It starts with radical decision making followed by bold action. Let's get something straight. Your brain's number one job is to keep you alive, not to make you successful, not to make you happy. Its job is survival. So when you step outside of your comfort zone, when you consider doing something bold, something risky, your brain will fire off signals of danger. It's like a security system going off when there's no real threat. The fear you feel isn't fact, it's programming. Your brain has associated discomfort with danger, and if you don't override it, if you don't interrupt it, it becomes your default operating system. But you are not your brain, you are the master of it. And when you understand that, you can begin to rewire it. You can create new associations. You can teach your brain that uncertainty is the gateway to growth, that action is the solution to fear, that discomfort is not the enemy, it's the path. Because massive action doesn't come from hype. It comes from identity, from a belief system that says, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is how I show up. So how do you start? You begin by interrupting the loop. Every time you hesitate, you reinforce fear. Every time you delay, you deepen doubt. But every time you move, every time you take even a small action, you begin to break that loop. Motion disrupts emotion. Physiology reshapes psychology. You don't wait until the fear is gone. You move while it's still there, and the movement itself transforms the fear into power. One of the most powerful ways to rewire your brain is through repetition. Not just repeating words, but repeating actions. Every time you show up, every time you push through resistance, you are carving a new pathway in your brain. You're installing a new pattern. At first, it feels unnatural. You'll want to fall back into your old ways, but stay with it. Push through it, because what feels awkward today becomes automatic tomorrow. Consistency rewires your brain more than inspiration ever will. You also rewire your brain by changing your environment. If you're always surrounded by negativity, by small thinkers, by people who reinforce doubt, you're reinforcing the very wiring you're trying to change. Get around people who think big. Get around action takers. Get around those who are obsessed with growth. Because their energy, their habits, their mindset will influence you more than you know. Your brain is constantly adapting to what it's exposed to. Feed it wisely. Now let's talk about identity. Because this is the core. You don't act inconsistent with who you believe you are. So if deep down you see yourself as someone who hesitates, who overthinks, who plays small, then massive action will always feel like a struggle. But the moment you decide to change your identity, your behavior follows, not in a week, not after 10 steps, instantly. When you say, I am a person who takes action, I am a leader, I am powerful, I finish what I start. And you begin to live in alignment with that identity. Your brain adapts to match it. Words are powerful, but embodiment is stronger. Start acting like the version of you who already has what you want. How does that version wake up? How does that version walk into a room? What do they say yes to? What do they say no to? When you act like that version of yourself, even when it feels unfamiliar, you begin to send a signal to your brain, this is who I am now. And your brain starts to believe it. Not because you said it, but because you proved it. You must also use emotional intensity to wire in new beliefs. The brain doesn't remember boring. It remembers moments that had feeling. So when you declare a new standard, when you take action, do it with passion. Do it with energy. Attach emotion to the process. That's how it sticks. That's how the new identity takes root. You don't whisper change into your life. You roar it in. Your rituals matter. The way you start your day, the habits you build, the stories you repeat, they're either reinforcing the old wiring or establishing the new one. Begin your day with movement, with focus, with power. Speak words that affirm your strength. Prime your body for energy. Don't scroll through garbage. Don't start with doubt. Set the tone, because your brain is always listening. It's always watching. It's always recording. You are training it whether you realize it or not. And don't confuse massive action with chaotic motion. It's not about doing 100 things. It's about doing the things that matter with intensity. It's about deciding what moves the needle in your life, what aligns with your purpose, and attacking that with focus. It's not busy work, it's brave work. And every time you do it, you send a message to your brain, this is what we do now, this is our standard. Massive action also requires urgency. Stop thinking you have forever. Stop telling yourself there's more time. That lie is what keeps people stuck for years. The clock is ticking, the opportunity is fading, and your future is watching. What you do now determines who you get to be. If you keep hesitating, you'll never rewire the part of your brain that trusts you to follow through. But if you act now, if you decide today, if you lean in, your brain will reward you with certainty, with clarity, with momentum. And momentum is magic. Once you get moving, everything changes. The fear shrinks. The voice of doubt goes silent. The path lights up. You stop needing motivation because motion itself becomes your fuel. You begin to build trust with yourself. Every time you follow through, every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence multiplies, and confidence is not arrogance. It's proof that you've shown up for yourself again and again. So many people wait to feel ready, but readiness is a trap. You're never going to feel 100% ready to do something great. Greatness lives outside of comfort. If it's comfortable, it's not growth. If it's easy, it's not extraordinary. Stop waiting to feel like it. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Start moving. The bold move rewires your brain. The brave decision changes your identity. You have to become obsessed with progress. Not perfection. Progress. Progress builds power. Even one small win today done with passion, done with discipline, can change the direction of your life. And if you stack those wins day after day, week after week, your brain begins to expect victory. It begins to expect follow-through. You become the kind of person who doesn't think about taking action. You just do it. You already have everything inside you to become unstoppable. Not one more book, not one more course, not one more podcast. You've consumed enough. What you need is to integrate it, to act on it, to embody it, because information doesn't change lives, execution does. Transformation is reserved for the ones who don't just know. They do. Again and again, until it becomes who they are. Rewiring your brain doesn't mean you never feel fear again. It means fear no longer makes your decisions. It means hesitation gets drowned out by conviction. It means your past becomes your fuel, not your prison. It means you stop living in stories and start writing new ones with action, with fire, with courage. So decide today, right now, what your new standard is. Decide what patterns you are done repeating. Decide what old wiring you are cutting off. Decide who you are going to become. Then act, not next week, now, while your heart is still pounding, while your soul is still on fire. Do something bold, do something decisive. Let your brain feel the shift. Let it feel the moment where everything changed. You are not your past. You are not your habits. You are not your wiring. You are the one who rewires it. Through focus, through movement, through massive, consistent, fearless action, that's how you rise. That's how you lead. That's how you become the version of yourself the world has been waiting to meet. And when that happens, you won't just take massive action, you'll become it. It won't be something you do, it will be who you are, and from that place nothing will be able to stop you, so now the choice is yours. Will you keep living under the same old mental programming, letting fear, doubt, and hesitation write your story? Or will you draw the line today and rewire your brain for a new future, one built on bold decisions, relentless follow, through and massive, unstoppable action? You don't need more time. You don't need more chances. You need a commitment so strong it breaks every excuse, every delay, every old belief that says not yet. Because if you don't take control of your mind, the world will do it for you. And you were not born to be controlled, you were born to command. Rewire your thoughts, rewire your emotions, rewire your identity, and take action like your life depends on it, because it does. The moment is now. Power is in you, and the future is waiting for the version of you that refuses to flinch, refuses to freeze, and moves forward like nothing can stand in the way. Decide, move, become.